I made a book haul video yesterday, but my camera was being really weird, and I got it all the way uploaded to YouTube, and then I found out that the audio was way out of sync, and I'm really bad with this whole video editing thing. I didn't know how to fix it, so I was like, I guess I'll just make another video. It's whatever. Alright, so hopefully this video won't be as long as the last one. It's kind of depressing starting all over again, but we'll do. First of all, I do go to OSU, but I came down to my mom's house. I'm at my mom's house, and I ran out of shirts to wear because I stayed here a little bit longer than I thought I would, so my family thought it'd be funny to give me an OU shirt. Whatever, I'll just burn it when I'm done. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I don't care. OU, OSU, either way. Anyway, so like I said, I'm here at my mom's house. I came down here for a friend's graduation, and my mom was telling me about a bookstore to go to because I stayed a little bit longer, and I was like, well, I really want to read some good books. And my mom was like, you should check out this bookstore on the other side of town. So I drove to the other side of town, only to find out that the bookstore was closed because it was Sunday, which yesterday was Sunday for me, and I live in Oklahoma, so I should have known that everything would be closed. But for some reason, I didn't. So I drove down there, and it was closed. And so right next door to that bookstore was like a Goodwill, and I decided to might as well go in and check out and see what type of books they had. And they didn't have like a really good selection, and it was kind of difficult to find good books because they didn't have them they weren't alphabetized, they weren't in any order, depending on the genre. It was literally just here's some books on a shelf, and I had to sift through a lot of what I like to call 40-year-old woman romance novels, books that I don't even really want to touch because I just don't know where. I don't even want to think about it. Anyway, but so I just sift through a lot of those, but I eventually found some really good books. I will show you guys. I didn't find a whole lot of books, but like I said, I found a good amount. So the first book I got was Big Fish by, was it Daniel Wallace? And I honestly didn't even know Big Fish was a book. I've seen the movie before, and I didn't know it was a book. And it's such a small book, too. I would figure that the movie was so kind of long and had a lot of things in it that I'd figured that this book would be a lot larger, but it's not. It's smaller than I thought it would be. But Big Fish, I don't remember the plot that well, but I know it's a guy and he's going out and he's trying to find his, I don't know, he's looking for something. I can't remember the plot of the movie, so hopefully reading the book will be refreshing. I should be able to finish this type of book in a day. So after I get done studying for my MCAT, I don't get to read until then, and it's really upsetting. But I only have a month left of studying. Then I got the 9th book in the series of unfortunate events, The Carnivorous Carnival. So I know what you're thinking, that's a really random book to get. I actually had the complete series of unfortunate events book series, and I loved it as a kid because I was constantly moving around, and my mom was in the military, and I was staying in a bunch of different houses that were I was staying with people that weren't as bad as the people these kids stay with, but I moved around a lot, and these books were really helpful for me. So I love the series, and I passed it down to my little sister, and she ended up losing a lot of my books, which I was like, okay. So I took my series back, and now I'm trying to build it up, and I have all of them now, including this one, except for 1, 2, and I think 11. So once I get all those books, they're gonna go on a shelf somewhere, and I'm not gonna lend them out ever again because they really mean a lot to me. I was kind of bummed out that she lost a few of them. All right, another book that I got, and I was really happy I found that book. Another book that I got was The Devil Wears Prada. Now obviously I've seen the movie, but this doesn't really look like my type of book. This looks like one of those Sex and the City books that you see, or spoofs on that. And hey, it might be a good book. I really want to get out of my shell and start reading different types of books. I normally read scary books, or I don't know. I read a lot of different things, but I don't typically read what I would think would be a girly book or whatever. But I really want to get on my show and read different types of books. I'm probably not going to read this anytime soon because I have a lot of books that I want to get through and read and review. But I'll definitely have this on my shelf, and if you guys want, I'll read it. I'll push it up on the list. But I have a lot of books that I want to read before then. So another book that I got was House of Reckoning by John Saul. I think I'm saying it right. I actually had no idea what this book what this book was about. I think, and I usually, like, if I buy a book, I have an idea, like, I've seen a review or something where it's like, okay, this book is about this, and I'm like, okay, oh, I remember that, I want to get that. I normally don't just pick up random books, but this looked a lot like this book that I read called House. It's like this Christian horror book, and I forget who wrote, maybe, no, it's not, this isn't the same book, but I forget who wrote it, because I think it was written by two guys, but this reminded me of that, and I'm sure it's not a Christian book, but I like how books about haunted places, even though, like, I hate scary movies, I love scary books, and I thought that this would be pretty cool. So I will definitely be reading this sometime soon. After I finish, I think I have like 2 more books to finish, and I'll probably check that out. Last but certainly not least, I got Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter. I love this book, and I'm so mad because when I was in high school, I didn't get to finish it. Here's here's a spine. I didn't get to finish it, even though I really wanted to, but obviously I know what happens. But I thought this book was absolutely beautiful. Like, here's the inside cover, and then it's filled with these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful illustrations, just like throughout the book. Every few pages. Hope I'm not ruining the story for anyone with this illustration. I mean, if you haven't read The Scarlet Letter, then, I mean, you should check it out. But every few pages just filled with these awesome illustrations, these awesome pictures. Has this built-in red bookmark that goes in there. I thought that was really cute. And I mean, I literally paid like 79 cents for this. All of these books I think I paid for The Devil Wears Prada and another one of the hardcovers of The House of Reckoning. I think I paid like $125, and the rest of the books were 75 cents. I love bargain shopping for books. I mean, I know I can just always go to Hastings or Walmart and get exactly what book I want to get. And sometimes, like, with a series of unfortunate events, if I get down to, like, one book and I haven't completed my series yet and I just want to hurry up and complete it, I'll just run to Walmart or something in Hastings and probably just buy it. But I really like supporting, like, local bookstores, which is what I was trying to go to, and I found it was closed. And then I like going to thrift shops. It's something about finding a book instead of just going out to get a book. And I know it's kind of weird, but I almost feel like, I don't know, this is really corny, but there's almost something like magical in finding a book and be like, hey, I was just thinking about that book, or I remember something about that book, and oh my gosh, like, who would have thought that I would have stumbled onto it? Like, it's almost like a high, and I really enjoy just like riding my bike around and finding different thrift shops and going inside, and who knows, maybe I find nothing, maybe I find like a really, really cool book. So that's why I like bargain shopping for books. But when it comes down to it, if there's a book I have to have, or if there's like a new release that there's no way it's going to be in a thrift shop, then of course I'll go to like main stores to buy it. But I really like buying books cheap. I think it's the way to go. So that was it for my book haul. I got, here, let me put them all together. These are all the books I got. I probably paid like less than $10 definitely, but so I'm really pumped about that. 2 announcements before I go. Tuesdays with Maury. I am almost finished with that. The only reason I'm going so, this is usually a book I can read in like one night, but the reason I'm going so slow is because I'm busy studying for my MCAT. Which is, like I said, in a month, so it slows down all of my reading really, really badly. And but I will have a book review on Tuesdays with Maury as soon as I get a chance to finish it. It will probably be up a little bit later this week. Also, upon request, I will be doing a Crested Gecko care video, which is, if this is your first time seeing my videos, you're like, that's kind of random, this is a book haul video, why are you doing Crested Gecko care video? But I do a few videos with my reptiles too, and upon request, I will do a care video. The only reason I haven't done a care video is because I'm currently in Lawton and my crested geckos are in Stillwater, where I normally live. So I would need to go back and I just would prefer to have them in the video. It would be kind of weird to do a care video with no crested geckos. Just be sitting here telling you guys, this is how you should care for your crested geckos, with no equipment or anything to show you guys. So be looking forward to those videos, probably, like I said, by the end of the week. I just wanted to upload a really quick book haul video, which this has ended up being like 10 minutes and like 38 seconds, so that's not really quick. But I just wanted to upload a really quick book haul video and show you guys the books that I got. And as soon as my MCAT's over, I'm going to be like spitting out book reviews like no one's business. Alright, well, thank you guys for sticking with me this long. Have a great day.